Good morning, welcome to the channel, and more importantly, welcome to the British Virgin Islands, where today I will be reviewing a car in what I imagine is the most beautiful place that I've ever reviewed a car. And not just any car. Today we're reviewing a Suzuki Jimny, a icon, a cult classic in the square car world. You have the G-Wagon, you have the original Defender, and you have the Jimny, which, unlike the previous two I mentioned, actually has gotten more square in the remake. But today we're reviewing the original, a battered original Caribbean Jimny. And as a result, it would be very easy to focus on all the things wrong with this car. It would be easy to focus on the smashed headlamp. It would be easy to focus on the cracked bumper. It would be easy to focus on the rusty wiper blades, the rusty roof. It would be easy to focus on the dented panels, which from what I've seen is a particularly Caribbean skill. To dent panels that seem impossible to dent. It would be easy to focus on the wrong coloured petrol flag. It would be easy to focus on the lack of aircon and broken radio. And it would be easy to focus on the rear windscreen that looks like it's been repaired from plastic that you would normally find on a boat. But all of that matters little, because not only are we in the land of tropical storms and hurricanes, but aesthetic matters very little when driving in the BVI. What's important is being able to climb up some of the most intense roads I've ever driven on. And the Jimny is very good at that. It's very good because in the Jimny you actually have two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive low range option. None of the buttons in this car work, so I'm not confident that pressing that actually works. But on the gearbox, if you just look down here, you do have drive, 2 and low range. So I've put it in low range, so we should crawl down the hill. But yeah, this is probably, which is perhaps, you know, reflective of how much off-roading I've actually done, some of the most tricky off-roading I've ever done. And this is a fantastic car for it. It's steep and bumpy, as you can hear. And that wasn't even the worst. The roads out here really are atrocious. But the driving style is very different out here. For example, the horn can be used for a multitude of things. It can mean, excuse me, I'm about to do something. It can mean, hang on, you're about to hit something. It can be, don't do that. It can be, thank you. And it can be, what are you doing? Which I hasten to add, happens very little. Road rage here really isn't a thing. The culture is much more laid back, particularly on the roads, from what I've noticed. Most people just want to cruise with the window down, with their arm hanging out, in a car that's half decent off-road. And from what I've seen, most people pick a Jimny. And this is commonplace. You see maybe 1-2 Jimnys on the road in the UK every few weeks. Here you see 3 in a row. We are currently on a Jimny safari. And not only do we have old Jimnys here, we have new Jimnys, which are also a lot rarer in the UK. How many of those have you actually seen on the road? Jimny Town. And I'm not joking, you can't travel more than half a mile without seeing a Jimny, new or old. Guess what I've just seen? The Suzuki Jimny. And if it's not a Jimny, you'll see a Vitara or a Grand Vitara. Suzuki reigns supreme out here. Grand Vitara, Grand Vitara, Grand Vitara. Unbelievable. And the reason for that is because they are the ultimate utility vehicle. Perfect for popping to Plant-Wise to pick up a sea moss and coconut for lunch. Perfect for cruising slowly behind the tourist trucks that cart about 20 or so cruise visitors from the cruise terminal to the other side of the island. I will sometimes say the tourist truck is going too slow for the gradient, and there is a kick down on this car, but it doesn't have much power. That's full speed, and once it gets up to a speed it thinks, yeah, that'll do. It'll kick back down. Within the space of 10 meters it goes, kick down, revs, okay, back down, okay, kick down, revs, and slow down. Funny little gearbox, but you know, I've had no problems with it. Perfect for cruising over potholes. Sorry, Sam. I promise that was only little, just for the video. And it can also be used to transport 4 people down to the nearest party or the nearest beach drinks, because everybody out here in the BVI, if you don't know, is a very, very well paid lawyer, accountant, or involved in financial services one way or another, and they're all reprobates. Every single one of them. And they have no use for an expensive car. Why would you need anything more than a Jimny to drive you to the vibe? They have a thing here called roadies, okay? That's when you take a drink for the drive home. Hooligans, I tell you, hooligans. And perfect for carrying a 5-gallon water bottle from the water dispenser back up the 90% gradient hill to your kitchen. Cheers. Lil's actually helping me steer while holding the water. It's got worse. I'm having to steer with my knee so I can hold Lil. She's doing this. Up to 70% gradient. Come on, Lil, the Jimny. This is it. We're nearly there, Lil. Now, before I get accused of looking through rose-tinted glasses at the car which I am effectively driving while on holiday, so undoubtedly have a good relationship with, are there problems with this car? And can minor problems occur when the owner doesn't own a 10mm spanner? Yes. Sam warned us about this. One of the battery terminals falls off, and we've just reversed up a hill to get out of the way of somebody, and it's actually fallen off. Oh my God! You should see what we're saying right now. There's a clip, and I can't get out. Right in the middle, there's a clip that you like shift to the left, so pull. There you go. And the battery terminal is just there. There you go. He just needs a 10mm spanner. There we go. Woo! And now, but we have ignition. But the question remains, should you buy one? Well, on a Caribbean island where the torrential rain lasts 30 seconds, the speed bumps, dips and potholes are more aggressive than anything you've ever seen, and the lifestyle requires a car that has compact practicality, off-road capability, and something that can take a hit. Yes, you should absolutely buy a Suzuki Jimny. But the question I know you're wondering, should you buy one if you don't live in the Caribbean? Yeah, probably. What a fantastic little square. I'm gonna miss this one. So there we have it, the Suzuki Jimny, and unfortunately that is the only car I will be reviewing while out in the BVI. And because of my apparent inability to avoid potholes, I don't think the owner's partner will be letting me anywhere near her Vitara when I come back. Fingers crossed though. I'll see you next week where I'll be reviewing a car, something pretty special in the UK. And if you want to see more reviews, click there. And if you want to see something completely different, click there. I'll see you all next time. Peace. Should we go on a walk? Come on. Come on, that's the slowest removal of frame I've ever seen.